Good morning.
Morning.
How are you guys doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Doing very well.
Good morning.
Good morning, Karam and Netta. Welcome, welcome, my friends. We are ready to go. So I don't think we need anything for this workout today. It seems like it's all body weight stuff, burpee tuck jumps, jumping lunges. If you want to weight your lunges, you can do them as goblet lunges instead. Maybe you need a dumbbell. You want to keep it plyometric. So don't need anything for today. Good morning, Steph. Okay, when you are ready, we're going to start on the floor today. On our backs. Let's go ahead and wrap my hair up here. Okay. We're going to breathe a little bit to start. Here we go. Good morning, Steph. Steph, join us on the floor. Okay, let's start knees pointing up to the ceiling here. You're just going to put your hands flat on your belly here. You can close your eyes if you want. I want us to start to think about the inhale here and really filling your belly with air so you should feel it rise. Really start to get the full capacity of the lungs working here. So no chest breathing, really using everything to get each breath. Good. Take 2 more nice deep breaths here. Make that exhale really nice and audible. Good. Okay, let's bring the knees up here. So into that dead bug position here. So knees stack right over the hips and ankles are going to stack in line with the ankles. Okay. We're going to also bring the hands up so palms facing each other. I want you to continue to focus on that breath and really drawing in hard through the spine so it doesn't lift off the floor here. We're going to go for just an arms only dead bug here. And I really want you to focus on moving with the breath. Okay. So as you exhale, one arm is going to go back, inhale to bring it back in, and then we're going to alternate sides. Okay, we're going to go for a few reps here. Don't worry about the reps, just worry about moving with the breath here. So we exhale to take that arm back, inhale to bring it back in. Keep the range small, especially if you feel that taking that arm back starts to lift the spine a little bit from the floor. And keep it long. Just think about keeping everything tucked in. Good. So one more on each side here. Good. Okay, return the arms. Arms are going to stay neutral here. So now we're going to go legs only. Same thing here. We're moving with the breath. Again, we're thinking about moving that leg with the exhale and then inhaling to bring it back in. You can do this one just as a heel drop at first. And then as you feel the core start to warm up, you can think about extending that leg a little bit more. But we're just looking for a lot of control here. A lot of focus on just keeping everything drawn in from the belly. Pelvis stays neutral. So we're not tucking down, spine stays on the floor. Good. A few more. Yeah, excellent. Take it nice and slow. One more on each side. Good. All right, return to neutral here. Now we're going for the big one. We're going to go together. So opposite hand, opposite leg. So now we're going for that full dead bug crunch. Again, keep it to that heel drop. Does not need to be a big range, especially if you feel that it really starts to challenge the core and it's too difficult to keep the engagement. Just back off that range a little bit. Good. Nice and slow. Again, continue to move with the breath here. Don't worry too much about the reps. Just worry about the control. 2 more on each side here. All right, hug your knees into your chest. That's good. Let's move on to full tabletop position. So now we're gonna come knees under the hips here. So same kind of idea. We're gonna go for a bird dog here. I do want you to first focus on drawing in actively, thinking about wrapping those elbows in towards each other, really digging the fingers into the ground here. We're going to start with a tabletop plank. So you're gonna tuck the toes under here. We're gonna hold for a few seconds. All right, ready? I'll cue us and ready. Dig everything in and up we go. We're just gonna hold. Again, focus on drawing in hard through the belly button. Keep pelvis nice and neutral. Wrap those elbows in tight. And slowly return to the floor. Okay, bird dog. So opposite arm, opposite leg. Thinking about lots of extension out, making sure that you're keeping both hips square to the floor here. Let's go 10 nice, slow, controlled reps here. Think about pointing the thumb to the ceiling, getting as much range through that shoulder as you can. Slow reps. Don't worry about the height of the leg. Sometimes we start to think about the height of the leg and we lose integrity with the spine a little bit. So keep it nice and controlled there. Beautiful. And when you're finished, you're just going to return to your tabletop. Okay, when you are finished, we're going to go for a few spinal rolls. Okay, I want you to start to think about initiating this movement first from that tailbone. So my tailbone tucks under first, then the head drops last. And on the way back, my head pops up first. I think about opening up the chest before that tailbone tucks under. So I really start to open up the thoracic spine here, or the chest. Okay, so tailbone to roll down. And then head initiates. Be patient, let that tailbone pop up last. Good, go for a few. One more. Okay, we are feeling a little bit mobile now, so we are going to start to ramp up the intensity a little bit. When you're ready, join me. We're going to start with a few jumping jacks. Let's go for about 10 jumping jacks, medium speed. Don't need to be all out just yet. Just 10 jumping jacks. Let's try and get those hands together overhead. Can't remember if it's 10 or 20. We're going to go for a few. Okay. All right, we're going to switch it into a high knee, or just even a low knee if you got, just to run on the spot. Start to get those hip flexors warmed up a little bit. Get the arms into it. Okay, we're going to turn this into an up down. So we're going out into that plank. Just a quick stand, no jump. Think about jumping your feet nice and wide here. Squeezing the glutes to open up the hips at the top. Go for a few reps here. Good stuff. Yep, yeah. Go 2 more. Right on. Okay, let's take the feet nice and wide. So we're going for a side lunge. My favorite movement of all time. Okay. Don't worry too much about the depth here. It'll start to open up. Really think about initiating this movement with the hip pushing back. a few alternating side to side. That's it. Okay, bring the feet back together. We're gonna take it into a back stepping lunge now. Alternating sides. I want you to take the hands overhead as you take each step. Start to open up the shoulders a little bit too. Good. Okay, now we're gonna reverse the arms. So we're gonna go arms wide as the feet come back together. Arms are going to come together as well. So open to the back, good. There it is. Beautiful. Okay, let's bring it back down to the floor. We're gonna finish off our warm-up with a few cobra push-ups. So we're gonna keep the hips on the ground. We're just lifting through the low back, almost like a vinyasa in yoga. And just getting the chest a little bit opened up here. Try and keep the elbows tucked into your sides. Don't worry too much about the height here. Okay, just go where the spine is. You might feel it starts to get a little bit easier to roll up on each rep. Good. A few more. And time. Good. All right, guys. So here's the plan today. Ladies, oh, we have no men today. All right. Fantastic. So here's the plan. Some of you might have already taken a look at what we're doing today. So it starts with a 12-minute AMRAP. We rest for 2 minutes, and then we go into an 8-minute AMRAP. Same movement in both of those AMRAPs. I think the reps drop a little bit. So the idea is that when you see the reps drop from one AMRAP to the other, and the time also drops, the idea is that we're trying to get the same kind of number of rounds across both AMRAPs, if that makes sense. So we don't need any equipment for this one, unless I'm going to give you some substitutions for the lunge or some modifications if you do have weights and you want to use those instead of the jump. So we're starting with a burpee tuck jump. So burpee tuck jump is, instead of jumping straight up, we're going to jump up, bring our knees into the chest and into the tuck jump. So it looks something like this. So I'm going to go for my burpee. On my jump, I bring my knees up as high as I can. Instead of kind of kicking back towards my bum, they come straight up, almost as you want to think about it, almost as if you're doing a burpee box jump. That's the idea that we're kind of trying to simulate. If you have something that you want to jump over, sometimes I tell people either stand a dumbbell up or put something in front of you to keep you having to really reach those toes up, because as you get tired on each rep, it's going to get harder and harder to bring those knees up. So it's just something to kind of keep the standard of the movement as you fatigue. So that's that one. Then we're going into 12 alternating jumping lunges. If you don't want to jump and you'd rather weight your lunges today by holding a weight in the goblet position or holding 2 at your shoulders or by your sides, you can do that instead. That's totally fine. Keep the same rep scheme. All right. And then 14 glute bridges. For this one, I want us to practice this one together. And then I'm also going to give you a way to make it a little bit more difficult if you are looking for that one. Come on down to the floor real quick, because this is one that I find people tend to make some mistakes on that are just worth correcting before we even start. So we spent a lot of time in our warm-up talking about drawing the belly in and making sure that everything stays on the mat. So when you are going to initiate your glute bridge, really make sure that you tuck in first, again, from those lower abs, draw the pelvis in, squeeze the glutes, and then lift the hips. Make sure that this position does not let go when you're at the top here. And I just want you to feel the difference. So come to the top of your glute bridge here. Find that engaged position where you feel that tightening along the belly and you feel the engagement of the glutes. And now I want you to let that go and push it up from the low back. So you can see that you can get a little bit more range by doing this, but now there's a lot more pressure in the low back and not as much engagement in the core, okay? So that position is a little bit too far past what we want. So I want you to tuck it back in here, control it here. This is gonna be your finishing position. So we do want the hips to open, but we don't want the low back to push up, okay? This is not the glute bridge. this is that glute bridge right there, okay? You'll know it when you feel it because you feel it in your glutes and you feel it in your core as well. Good. Exactly. So we always want to keep that pelvis tucked in. Sound good? So that's our glute bridge. If you want to add a little bit of intensity to this movement and you have your dumbbell, you can go ahead and just drape it right along your hips. Just make sure that you put your hands so that it doesn't roll back towards you. You don't need to hold it down. It'll stay there in position on its own. Okay, that's another way to load that movement there. Okay. Oh, somebody chatted. I'm sorry. Oh, no, it's good. I'm going to put the workout in the chat box. I'll put us all on the same clock. I'll play my boring pop music in the background and we'll start. Any questions from you guys before we get to that? No, we're good. Yes, as it.
Yeah, I can't do a full burpee. So if I do an up down,
Yeah.
and then what?
Do you want to do a burpee air squat?
Yes.
Yeah, do
so
burpee air squat. Yeah.
a burpee air squat. Yes.
Correct. Yeah, you got it. I like it. Okay, here we are. Okay, so we got AMRAP 12 and 2-minute rest. Take these off.
Starting with that 10, 12, and 14. And I'm going to set us a clock here. Add timer, 5-second countdown. And 8. Okay. 22 minutes, the total working time. Pretty good. Andrea's frozen, so I can't tell if she's ready or not. Oh, there, she's good. She's good. You good? All right. Here we go in 5 seconds. Oh, don't know where to put this. And here we go. Can start. All right. 12 of these bad boys. 10 of these. Just kidding. 10. 12 next one. Yeah, I like that, Andrea. How you doing, Netta? Good? Okay. Good lunges, Carm. This is Steph. I like those. Looking good? Good control, Andrea. Those look great. Nice, Steph. Those are looking solid. Netta, don't worry. I got us. I got us for time. Oh, nice, Carm. Like those tuck jumps. Steph, take your feet just a tiny bit wider. Just a tiny bit. There it is. Right there. Yeah. You got it. Time check for us. We have about 8 minutes left of this one. Doing good. Nice. Andrea, see if you can get a little bit more hip extension, Andrea. Like really push the glutes up. Yeah, right there. You got it. That's perfect. Right there. Good. Squats. It's looking great, ladies. Keep it up. Keep cycling. Good. Those burpees are a little bit of the cardio portion of today. Once you get through those, the other movements are kind of like the rest. We are just approaching that midway mark here of our first AMRAP. Doing great, Nat. I like those. Time check for us. There it is. Good glute bridges, Andrea. Really great control. We just passed that midway point here. Keep working away. Nina, where's your kettlebell, my friend? You can hold it. So good. That's it, Carm. It's looking good. All right, let's do a time check. About 4 minutes, just a little bit over remaining. Here we go, Netta, my friend. You got this. Looking good, looking good. Sit, Andrea. It's a little bit under 4 minutes here. Good stuff.
I've been overthinking all the things that you said. Now I know your secrets, I'll be on sleeping. Thinking of taking a long road now, never know which way to go. But
Good stuff. Take your breath on those bridges and then quick speed on the burpees. All right, we're getting closer. We've got 2 minutes left of this one. And get a quick break. That's it. Nice net out. I like those. Looking good. "90 seconds. That's it, Carm. Carm trying to open up the hips a little bit more at the top of that lunge. You got it. There it is. Okay, last minute. All right, if you're starting a round, maybe try and just finish off this movement that we're on, maybe the next one a little bit. Got 30 seconds. All right, no stopping now. These last 10 seconds. Okay, let's take a quick breather here. Got 2 minutes to rest. So because the rep scheme does drop off a little bit in our next AMRAP, you can start back from the top with that new rep scheme. So the reps are dropping to half, I think, or a little bit, actually only in the burpees. We're going 6 burpee tuck jumps or air squats if you're on our burpee air squats, 10 jumping lunges, and then 12 glute bridges. So we're gonna spend a little bit less time, I think, doing burpees and a little bit more time on the other movements on this AMRAP. Everybody feeling good so far? Okay, right on, right on. Steph, where's Annie today? Is she hanging around?
She was sleeping at the start and she just woke up.
Oh, okay. Good, good. She's gonna join us.
She's just chilling in her crib.
Okay, all the
having
girls
fun.
I love it. I love it. Okay, we got over 40 seconds here, and then we're gonna start. Netta, don't run away. Come back. We're not done yet. 30 seconds. Okay, here we go. Remember, if you were tracking your rounds, or if you know roughly how many you got, that's kind of the goal going into this next one. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and here we go. We're only here for 8 minutes. Oh, Andrew took me up on the dumbbell. I like it. Good. It's looking good. Good lunges, Steph. Good control on those bridges, Steph. Next, Netta, good pace on those lunges. Nice, Carm. I like that hip extension at the top. Looks good. Looking good. Okay, little time check for us here. Almost halfway through this one. That's it, Netta. Good job, ladies. Overall, very good. Nice, Carm. Good height on those jumps. We are past that midway mark here. Home stretch. Beautiful, looking good. We are getting close, 2.5 left. Keep moving, you got it.
Don't you know you make me feel like gold? I'm hypnotized and under your control. Don't want you to ever let me go. Cause you make me feel, you make me feel. With every touch of your body, it feels like home.
Really great control on those lunges, Andrea.
I don't want you to ever let me go. Cause you make me feel, you make me feel like gold.
Nice calm. It's looking good. Okay, last minute. Just give it all the intensity here. Oh, there we go. 20 seconds, here we go. Finish this movement. And that's time. Great job, ladies. Carmen's like, I'm gonna finish it. Steph wants to finish it too. It's good, it's good. All right, when you are ready, we have 5 minutes to stretch. How exciting. Come on down to the floor. Let's start with a few windshield wipers. So we're gonna go knees up to the ceiling here. And I want you to take your feet about shoulder width apart. These usually are not together. Shoulder width apart here. We're just gonna take them up and over to one side. Just nice and slow. I want you to move with the head too. So as the knees come down to one side, head is onto the other side. You're gonna bring both head and knees up to the ceiling at the center and then flip to the opposite direction. Let's go a few nice and slow, just like that. A little bit of movement. Think about getting that top knee down to the ground a little bit more on each one and maybe pressing that hip forward. Get a little bit more of an opening. Right there. Beautiful. One more on each side. Okay, let's go for our figure four. So you're gonna bring that right heel onto the left knee and then go ahead and reach through, pull it in tight, let this right knee pop open to the side here. It's in width and reach. Now you can reach behind the leg here if that's a little bit closer. Draw it in. Think about being active through this top leg, just drawing it open. And think about flexing that foot back too, helps the leg be a little bit more active there. Okay, slowly unwind from that one. Rock side to side maybe once or twice before we switch sides here. So that other leg's gonna come on top. Again, open it up first, and then you can draw it in a little bit closer. Keep on opening it up so you get a nice stretch through the back of the leg. Okay, when you're ready, unwind from there. We're going to come up into a lunge or a couch stretch. If you have something to put under your knee just for comfort, like a block, a pillow, anything like that, I'm just going to take that knee on top, or maybe you're on a carpet, so you're good. Bring that other one forward. I really want you to focus as we get into this position here. I'm going to think about drawing this hip back a little bit. This one too, so just back so that both stay square, and press this hip forward, okay? Make sure that you're tucking that glute under. A lot of glute work today, so you should kind of feel what that feels like. And then we're gonna take same arm as leg that is stepped back. We're gonna take it straight up overhead and really try and open up from this whole side of the body. Keep thinking about pressing that hip forward. Okay, take the arm, we're gonna tilt it a little bit. So take that same arm, we're gonna go a little bit to the side here. Same position with the hip, just taking a little bit more into the side of the hip here. Right there. Okay, slowly release from that one. Keep this leg in front. We're gonna straighten the knee out. Flex those toes back towards you. You can either keep hands on the thigh or you can reach for the floor if that's within reach. Just go wherever you feel it. I feel it here. Be active through those front toes. Make sure that they're being flexed back towards you. That's where most of that stretch is going to come from. Instead of rounding from the back, think about really keeping that chest flat and then hinging from that hip. All right, let's go ahead and switch sides here. So we're going to step that other leg back. Again, before you start thinking about pulling this hip back here, and this hip is going to press forward. Once you have your legs set up, then we can take that arm straight up overhead. Scoot back a little bit, right there. All right, take this arm. We're gonna go for a little side bend here. Reach long and then reach over. And slowly release from that one. Let's straighten out this front knee as much as you can here. Again, active toes, make sure this hip pulls back, and then we're hinging forward into it. So I'm not gonna round into it, I'm gonna hinge forward, get a little bit more stretch that way. Okay, and then we're gonna finish with our roll up that we always do. So I'm gonna take my knee back here, Hands are gonna come onto the floor. Lots of big knee bend here. And again, like we always finish, as you go to stand, just one vertebrae at a time. All the way, let the head roll up last. Beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Wednesday. I'll see some of you for yoga tomorrow. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Thank
Have a
you.
great day. Have a great day,
Okay.
guys.
Everyone.